Invisiballs, and K's. The Astros continue to punish the West, whether it's the Rangers, the Mariners, the Angels, or the A's. That's right. And Cristian Javier has got K's for days. I mean, you would think we were the Rays, but we're still the Astros and we're still in first place. I'm spitting mad rhymes like I'm a rapper going off on a mic. That's right, because tonight is the best night to talk Astros baseball. Let's get it going because I'm hype.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Heisman and Brett H-Town Wheelhouse Chansey.
We are Locked On Houston Astros, and we are your daily Astros podcast. I'm H-Town Wheelhouse. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at H-Town Wheelhouse. You can find me at Stros411 on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Always positive, always Stros. You can find the show at Locked On Astros on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you get your podcast. Check us out. Eric the Man Heisman is our co-host. He will be back on Sunday. You can find him at Eric Talks Stros. On Twitter. You can find him at Eric Heisman on Instagram. So thank y'all for hanging out with us tonight. This is a great game. I was going to take a break. I was just going to say, I need the weekend. It's been a long week. I was at the Yankees game. I was tired. We got basketball. We got stuff going on this weekend. But you know what? I could not deny the audience and the people what they wanted in talking about this amazing game. This Houston Astros team is absolutely starting to come into form. I mean, it seems like just 3 or 4 weeks ago, we were talking about the struggles of this team and are they going to be able to make a deep playoff push, even though I think some of us homers like myself had these homer vibes going, oh yeah, they're going to win the World Series every year. But this team just came off a 7-2 9-game stint against the Mets and the Yankees. The Angels come in. I mean, the Angels have this history of hitting solo home runs and losing like today. The first inning, when Ohtani hit that absolute tank to right field in the second deck, I was like, oh, crap, it's going to be one of those games. Like, well, maybe Javier doesn't have it. But, oh, my gosh, I couldn't be more wrong, and I'm so glad. So thank you, Javier, for proving me wrong. That was awesome. Arlie's, and I'll go and start answering questions early if I can. Why did Dusty pull him? Should have let him finish. He had a 115 pitch outing last game. There's no need to extend him more. He's in a groove. He ends on a high note, and we're going to talk about all the different things that happened. But before we get to Cristian Javier and the meat of what he did, let's talk about the offense. We're going to talk about the offense. Then second segment, we're going to talk about Cristian Javier. Then we're going to talk about lineup changes and roster moves. And then we're going to talk about some fun facts from this game. And when we talk about Cristian Javier, I've got something funny to tell y'all. A friend of mine tweeted out about his son, and him and his son were watching the game, talking about who he faces and stuff like that. So anyways, yeah, we will get to all the Javier things, all the records he broke. But let's just start this out. Yuli Gurriel turned on a 96.4 mile an hour fastball, low and inside, not even on the plate, hit it 361 feet to get the scoring started. Jake Myers hit a no-doubter, Opo-Taco to right field to untie the game when it was 1-1 after Ohtani's home run, his first home run of 2022. It was followed by a single up the middle by Chas McCormick, and that was that. The third inning, Jeremy Pena reached on an error, and that's when the wheels fell off for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Kyle Tucker hit a ball 108 miles an hour. It was a single into right center field, but Pena got to third. After Pena got to third, there weren't any outs. Pena tags up on a Bregman sac fly to right field. He gets an RBI. Astros go up 3-1. Then after that, Yuli walked. JJ Matijevic gets his first non-home run, and he gets an extra base hit. Both of his hits tonight were extra base hits. All 4 of his hits are either doubles or home runs. 2 home runs, 2 doubles. And I'll talk about his walk-up song here in a second. And then, so he scored on all those. That scored Tucker, and then Yuli moves to third base. After that, we had Jake Myers hits a ball into center field. scores Yuli and JJ 6-1 Astros. And then what do you know? Chas McCormick crushes a 2-run Opo-Taco for an 8-1 lead. JJ Matijevic had 2 hits tonight. They were both doubles. So again, he's got 2 home runs and he's got 2 doubles. And Martin Maldonado also got a hit tonight. He joined the hit parade before he sat down for Corey Lee. We'll talk about that. Jose Altuve got a hit. Hey, I appreciate that. Chris Johnson says Brett has got to be the swaggiest white dude his age. Well, you know what? I appreciate it. I feel every much my age just about every day. Good evening, y'all. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. World Traveler, Mr. Saheem, Albert, Jay Thu. I mean, all y'all. Johnny Munoz from the RGV repping it hardcore down there, man. Johnny Munoz, what a game, man! What a game. I mean, I don't want to hit on all the fun facts, and I've got to stay in line here. So the hitting was there. The Astros collected 11 hits and 8 runs, and that's what you've got to do. That's what you've got to do in games like this that you're supposed to win. You need to put up hits, and if you put up hits, you got to score runs. The team that we saw that wasn't scoring runs, I think that team is all but going away. Now, here's the deal. When we score 7 runs or more, I looked it up again to make sure I was right. We are 5-12 in the game after we score 7 runs or more, not double digits, just 7 runs or more. So here's the deal. The last 2 games that we've scored 7 runs or more, we've actually won. So we're on a 2-game winning streak after putting out big runs. So I'm predicting a win tomorrow. The Astros are one way a win from 50. They would be the only other team with 50 wins. The Yankees are at 56. They actually have a losing streak of 1 right now. So they're at 56-21. The Astros are 49-27. This series we can get within a game or 2 of the Yankees, and I want the Astros to have that top spot. I don't want the Yankees to have home field advantage in the playoffs. Let's not kid ourselves. They are still a very good team. No, I'm not jinxing. I'm just telling you the last 2 games that we've played, we're trending up. We're trending away from that trend. So I'm all for that. And I think with the swag that this team has, Jake Myers is looking good. He's overall hitting well. He was 2 for 4 today. JJ Matijevic 2 for 4. Jake Myers 2 for 4. Chas McCormick 2 for 3. Somebody doesn't want to get traded. Kyle Tucker 2 for 4. Yuli Gurriel 1 for 3. Jose Altuve 1 for 3. Martin Maldonado 1 for 3. Corey Lee almost hit a 2-run bomb today to the Crawford boxes. I mean, that ball barely stayed in the yard. He just got under it. It was amazing. I love seeing it. I love seeing this. And we'll talk about Javier, whether he should stay a starter or go in the pen. I have my different opinions. I think after these 2 games, pulling him out of a starting position and putting McCullers in the starting position when he's not stretched out is not the play. I think more and more, the longer it takes McCullers to come back, the more likely he is to probably not be a starter, or if he starts, get very few innings, maybe they can piggyback him. I don't know. McCullers, to me, I would rather get him set for a bullpen role, and I don't think I've ever said that, but I'm more and more convinced, especially the way Javier is pitching. All right. So the scoring. All right. We scored all those runs. We got it. It was on Apple TV. It actually wasn't. It was a lot better. They're kind of hitting their stride. I know there's been a lot of like dislike. Katie Nolan's kind of said some things, but I do know for a fact that the Apple podcast people or the Apple TV people, I think at least Katie Nolan says that they listen to each of the Locked On shows for the Astros and for the Angels the week leading up to. So, I definitely want to have respect for them. People may not like them because they like the hometown crowd, but you're supposed to like the hometown commentators more than the national people. It would be wrong if you didn't. Yes, please hit the like button. Oh yeah. And Paredes, please don't let me forget about him. We need to talk about him. That was a great outing for him. He needed that. He just looked so erratic last game. Maybe he got his nerves back. So let's do this. Let's talk about Cristian Javier. Cristian Javier is just an amazing pitcher. And before we talk about Cristian Javier, I want to tell y'all about one of our sponsors, Sports Card Investor. And if you're listening, I'll describe what I'm showing to the people, and I'll try not to make this too long. But I've got here a Corey Lee inscripted number 32 pick in MLB draft, signed Leaf Trinity 2019 card. and I can go to my sports card investor app and I can look up his cards. And I promise you, because he got called up, he'll be trending up. What's cool about the sports card app is it allows you to know when cards are going up or going down in value. Check this out. I got a Kobe Bryant rookie here, and I can look to see whether he's trending. Even if not, I can type in his name and see how much this Skybox Premium rookie Kobe Bryant is worth. Or since he was also called up, I can or called up to AAA, I can grab this card right here, Forrest Whitley, Chrome Bowman Chrome Refractor, and see if his cards are trending up. And so, those are the cards you can look up. They have over 630,000 cards in the app, not just MLB, every sport. Like I showed you basketball here. Imagine just anything, Marvel, Pokemon, whatever. Quickly check the value of your favorite cards, find great deals, profit from the hobby you love. Available completely and free on Google Play and Apple app stores. Make it fun, make it easy for you. They basically check the latest values. You can do that of your cards with a 7-day or 30-day chart. An app that features eBay deal features just for this app, personal card stories, of how people are just getting into cards and getting back into it because Card Investor. So download Sports Card Investor app today, available for free in the Google Play and Apple Play stores, or go to your sportscardinvestor.com/locked on. Now, someone asked me earlier, hey, are you going to go watch Whitley pitch on Monday? I don't know. I don't know if I am. I probably have to take that little breath I took out of the audio. That was terrible. My bad, folks. I want to. I don't know. I may find myself at the game tomorrow. If I do, it just depends. I don't know what our plans are. So my plan is to get there Monday. I'm not sure if I will. So anyways, if you're here in town, you might as well go. He's going to start. It's going to be July 4th. There's going to be fireworks. It's going to be awesome. So Cristian Javier, I love when young baseball players observe the pros and they check their dads. Like, as a father, I would tell my son certain things, don't do this, do that. And then if he sees a pro not doing it or a pro doing it and failing, he's like, wait, you told me that. So I found a conversation that my friend had, Manny, on Twitter. His son Jojo said, Dad, you always tell me I have to hit the fastball. And Manny goes, well, yeah. Jojo says, if the Yankees and Angels can't hit fastballs, how can you expect me to? And this is what Manny said. You don't face Cristian Javier, son. Jojo said, thank God. I mean, that is it right there. That's what it's all about. Like observing the greatness that we saw today. Cristian Javier. So Javier struck out his first two batters. Ohtani took him deep in the first inning. And I was like, oh no, here we go. Then he had 5 Ks in the first 2 innings, 9 swings and misses. And then he ended up getting 20 plus swings and misses. That was through 6 innings. I didn't even go back and update that number. It was unbelievable. Let's see how many swings and misses he induced. Okay, 23 swings and misses on the evening. He had a 4-seam fastball called. His strike to whiff rate ratio is 50%. He got a career high 14 strikeouts. His last game was a no-hitter, 13 strikeouts. According to MLB Metrics on Twitter, Cristian Javier is the only pitcher in MLB history with 27 or more strikeouts and 1 or fewer hits allowed in 2 games. Now, Max Scherzer did it with 25 Ks, but Javier's the first one to do it with 27 Ks. What does that tell me about Cristian Javier? His Invisiball is working. I wrote about his Invisiball in an article when I was writing for, I believe, Climbing Taos Hill a couple years ago. And it was a pretty good article. I have to pat myself on the back. I enjoyed that. I actually had a series on Wade Miley. I called it the Miley Chronicles. And I actually got a picture of him signed and it says the Miley Chronicles, Wade Miley. And that was a fun series because nobody else was writing about him. But Cristian Javier, no one was really writing about his Invisible. I'd heard all about it and talked about it. And it's so deceptive because when it comes, if you watch the way he holds the ball in his glove and when it comes out, the batter has a hard time keeping up with what the ball's doing. a lot of times pitchers will show where their hand is and what kind of rotation the ball is getting. What's an invisible? They say it's an invisible because the way the ball comes in, you don't know whether it's going to rise or stay straight, and it rises. But the rise doesn't look like it's rising because of the way it spins and the way he keeps it concealed in his hands until he releases it. So you'll hear things like this. Hitters will say, I see this pitcher well, like I see Luis Garcia well, so I hit him well. But when I go against Framber, I don't see the ball well. There's some guys you just have eye to pitcher. You don't really see the ball coming out of their hand well. Guys like Corey Seager. I mean, that guy always seemed to have a way to. Kyle Seager always seemed to have a way to like figure out our pitchers. But Cristian Javier has this delivery that really disguises what the ball's doing coming out of his hand. And that's why it's called the invisible. He's top 5 in home ERA and all pitchers in the league. And he had 12 straight innings with 2 Ks or more. Okay. 12 straight innings with 2 Ks or more. It's unbelievable. Someone proposed this to me. I asked on Twitter, where would you want Javier, in the bullpen or starting? And people started, piggybacking, and like everybody's like starter. And someone proposed, and I can't remember the guy's name. I do apologize if he's listening. I would give him credit. I can't look right now. He said Justin Verlander, Lance McCullers, Framber Valdez, Cristian Javier. Okay, that's not bad. But my question is, what if McCullers isn't there to be a starter, and you still have Urquidy, or you have Odorizzi? Do you piggyback McCullers? Do you put McCullers in the pen? I don't want to put Javier in the pen right now. I mean, he's stretched out. He's pitching out of his mind. It's just one of those things. Let's see, what is this? Hold on. Oh, that's funny. Here, I'll address that. Stace from Locked on Yankees said there's a rumor going around that the Astros are trying to hack the Yankees pitch comm. Of course, she says that she doesn't believe it, but she put it on blast anyways. So here's the deal. I'll tell you something about Stace. She's a really cool, legit Yankees fan. And she's a friend of our show. Obviously, I mean, she's in our network, but there's always rumors are always going to come out. Anytime we beat the Yankees are going to make excuses. But that's not a 27 ring championship mentality for me. That's just not. I mean, you can make excuses all you want, but excuses are like butts. Everybody's got one. So go make excuses. That's fine. You know what? We can't make excuses for 21. Oh, we were injured. Well, you know what? The Braves were injured too. We can't make excuses for 19. We didn't complete the job. I mean, we lost both of those. So anyways, I digress. But get this. Here's a fun fact. The Houston Astros spent a combined $140,000 to sign Framber Valdez, Cristian Javier, Luis Garcia, and Jose Urquidy. I just named 4 players that they signed for $140,000 combined. This is unbelievable what they're getting out of these kids. And wasn't it great tonight to see McCormick, Myers, and Matijevic be the guys, being the heavies in the lineup without Jordan there? I mean, JJ was the DH. JJ was 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. I mean, good Lord, what more do we want out of these guys? It was so good to watch and see what they did tonight. And gosh, the Angels are just terrible at pitching. Yeah, he was 2 for 4, but man, what a game! What a game! Those guys right there. I just don't know. We're going to do a show soon. I don't know if I'm going to do it this weekend. Probably won't. Probably do it after 4th of July because trade deadline is not till August 2nd. Might do it at right before the All-Star break or right after. We need to do a show of trade targets and trade pieces for the Astros, and we'll be working on that. If you guys want to send us messages or talk to us about it and want to add your thoughts in there, maybe you can do that. So let's do this. We're going to talk about Built Bar, and then after that, we're going to talk about the roster moves today, what happened. We've already kind of mentioned them in passing. So Built Bar, from the people who invented healthy and tasty, comes the latest gift to your taste buds. You're probably tired of you probably tried the amazing coconut brownie chunk Built Bar, but guess what? Your friends at Built have given coconut brownie chunk the puffs treatment. That's right, the coconut brownie chunk Built Bar flavor you love, in a deliciously chewy marshmallow covered in 100% real chocolate. It's like a fluffy cloud of coconut brownie goodness. Wow, this is brutal, but Stop drooling and listen. They're good for you. Low calorie, low sugar, high protein, and all delicious. Coconut brownie chunk puffs are only here for a limited time at built.com. Go there and make sure you don't miss out. All Built bars are made from collagen protein, which your body absorbs more efficiently and provides tons of health benefits. Eat something that tastes good and is good for you. The best part of Built Puffs, of course, is the amazing taste. You can enjoy them guilt-free because they're actually good for you. I love them. I actually had one today. I had a Built Puff. I believe it was mud pie flavor. Unbelievable. Delicious coconut, rich, sweet brownie, creamy marshmallow. Stop fantasizing. Get to built.com right now and order a box of coconut brownie chunk Built Puffs right now. Go to built.com. Use a promo code LOCKED15 for 15% off your order. That's promo code LOCKED15. All right. And that's enough for the sponsors tonight. So, how did our roster change? Yes, Brian Reynolds is one of those guys people are looking at. Someone says in the comments there. So Corey Lee was called up. Corey Lee was called up in response to Castro going on the 10-day IL. I've got some thoughts about Jason Castro on the 10-day IL. I have some suspicions that we may not ever see Jason Castro catch in an Astros uniform again. It may be a way of him slowly bowing out. I don't know. Like, he leaves on a high note. He hits a game-winning home run. I just don't know what purpose Jason Castro serves. If you got Maldonado to platoon there with Corey Lee and you're trying to get him, at bats under his belt and get him that major league because you're eyeing him to start, and you've got Yanier Diaz in AAA as well that will be coming up next year, you might as well get him in the fold. So the question is, if Lee is up, does that mean Castro ends up either being traded or DFA'd or what? I don't know. I'm clearly going off the top of my head. I don't have any sources or anything to back this up. It just kind of seems like it's interesting that he goes on the IL right after he hits a game-winning home run, but whatever. So Lee was not on the 40-man roster. So to get him on the 40-man roster, they had to do something. So they had to move their pieces. Blake Taylor was placed on the 60-day IL with left elbow soreness. Now, he probably has a sore elbow, but you've got to know something about major league rosters. Taylor Jones is on the 60-day IL for his back. He plays just about every day down in AAA Sugarland. He's hurt, but he's not. He's hurt enough to not be on the major league roster, so they can move pieces around. It's really a chess match. Juggling the 26-man, juggling the 40-man roster. It is really, it is chess, not checkers. So it's kind of hard to understand. And then Forrest Whitley, who's been on the 40-man roster all along, they've never taken him off, has struck out 7 over 5 scoreless innings and only allowed 2 hits. He will be in Sugarland on Monday, July 4th, starting for the Sugarland Space Cowboys. Edward goes, is Jason Castro injured? Here's the deal. Jason Castro, it said left knee soreness. I have no idea of knowing. I can't say. According to the report, he is. Do I have my doubts? 100% have my doubts. But I don't know anything about anything with that. That's me speculating. Castro did. Oh, hey, I respect Castro. Castro had a time in his career when he contributed. He was a solid catcher option when he was first with the Astros. He did decent with the Twins. But at the end of the day, it's just one of those things where sometimes guys have to make sacrifices. Look what the Angels did to Albert Pujols. Think about that. Now, Albert Pujols is a much more storied player than most players. They just freaking fired the dude. They didn't want him. Like, the brass at the Angels their top organization was telling Joe Madden, do not play Albert Pujols. Don't play him. Right? And so they really screwed him. And then he went to the Dodgers and thankfully got back with the Cardinals, where he gets to retire with Yadier Molina. I think is poetic, and just that's what makes baseball special. And I know we all don't like Albert Pujols in Houston, but the Angels treated him like absolute dog crap. They paid this man hundreds of millions of dollars. He flourished and he did great for the Angels. And then they just kicked him out like he was just throwaway trash. Thought it was really, really bad look for the Angels. But, the Angels front office does not have a stellar record with dealing with just about anything. And I'm not even going to go the other stuff, but they've got a pretty messed up front office. Trout tonight looked really bored. He looked like he was not having fun at all. That guy, the losing's got to get to him at some point. Credit Keys asked, is Castro hurt? We were just speculating. I don't know. I mean, maybe he's batting so bad because he is hurt, and he probably could be. But it just seems convenient that he got hurt right after a game like that. But who knows? Again, I'm not trying to spread a rumor or create something that create a false narrative or speak something into existence. I'm just telling you my suspicions. So, and I can always stand to be corrected if I'm saying I'm completely out of line, and you know, that's fine. It just seems funny, and I'm not the only one who thinks that. Yeah, no, I mean, last year Jason Castro was late inning clutch. He was Castro. I called him Jason Clutchstro because it seemed like in late innings, especially in that Boston playoff game, he helped us. I mean, he has helped us. Someone said he injured himself high fiving teammates after the game. Um, I don't know if you're saying that in jest or if you heard that on a report. But I mean, let's think about this. Oh, update. I don't know if y'all recall, but I believe if I recall if my memory serves me correctly, I believe I called the Astros to go 16-9 in June, and they went 16-9 in June. And so, yeah, I don't win anything. I just win a pat on the back. I actually probably said something else, but I'm pretty sure I said 16-9. So I hit that, nailed that on the head. And so at the end of the day, the Astros come into this month, and dude, it is a fluffy schedule. I mean, it is, it is not a hard schedule at all. It's pretty much AL West, a couple good teams. But oh my gosh, let's just look at this again. I mean, we've got the Angels right now, and then Kansas City. Oh my God, like Kansas City, really? Like they still play baseball up there? Sorry, no disrespect. And then Oakland. Oh my gosh, these teams are just some of these teams are just really bad. And I don't know if y'all heard, Rob Manfred said he wants to expand the league by 2 teams. I'm like, you got like 5 or 6 teams that could move because they're not doing jack squat in their cities or in their vicinity. Why would you make 2 more teams? But here's a question. Does San Antonio need consideration for a team? I know some of y'all listen from San Antonio. Y'all have the San Antonio Missions. Or do the Astros and Rangers garner so much media attention that it would be hard to gain any steam for a San Antonio ball club? What do y'all think? I mean, would y'all like 3 teams in Texas? Let's say they were the Marlins for a while where they weren't very good. Would y'all want a team to move there, or would y'all? What would you want? I think it'd be kind of cool to have a team in San Antonio. Now, I don't think they'll go there, but that would be kind of neat. So for our San Antonio listens, let's get a major league team out there. What would they call y'all? I wonder what y'all would be called. That would be a fun name search. Anyways, so the Houston Astros just maintained this ridiculous commanding lead on the division. The Rangers lost tonight. Obviously, we beat the Angels. We're 12 and a half games up. I mean, the Yankees are 12 games up in their division, but in their division, they have clubs that are over 500. The Rays in fourth, the Red Sox in third, and the Blue Jays in second. And oh, look, someone said Corpus Christi. Someone said no. The San Antonio Alamos. Yeah, that isn't really like the San Antonio Missions. I like that for the minor league team, but there's got to be something else that's like San Antonio. The Alamo maybe, but yes, and we are on pace to win 100 games. Remember, we talked about that. The Rays are looking at San Antonio. The San Antonio Rays, that wouldn't be bad. Or yeah, that might not be bad, but they could change it to like, it could be like sun rays and really focus on that sun over the Central Texas hills. Look at me getting all like sentimental with Texas. God, I love this state. Anyways, that's all I got tonight. I'm really blabbering right now, but the Angels walk away only collecting 2 hits. That's insane. Anoli Paredes, 1 inning, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Brian Abreu, 1 hit, no strikeouts, but clean inning. I mean, just great job. Great job all around. San Antonio Antonios. No, I don't know. I don't think that would be a good name for a San Antonio team, the San Antonio Antonios. How about the Spurs? Oh, wait, that's taken. Never mind. Anyways, all right, I digress. Our pitching is deep. Our pitching is doing phenomenal. And we have two starters on the shelf still. We still have two starters on the shelf. Like, what is the league going to do when we're healthy? I just, like, July 1st, 2022, 10:45 p.m. If you're listening on July 2nd, H-Town Wheelhouse said the Houston Astros are the best team in Major League Baseball. Period. We're the best. We just beat the two best teams in a 9-game series. And it was like back and forth, home, away, home, away. And it was not even close. The only thing that made it close were 2 hits by Aaron Judge. Our starters absolutely shut the best offenses down. You go do that in the playoffs, we can score 3 runs a game and win. I mean, it's not going to take much. We only give up 8 runs to the Mets overall. Really? I mean, outside of that 7-run game that the Yankees got the walk off and beat us, 7-6, whatever it was, that was the most. That was the most they had. Oh, look at us. We got some more names running in. The San Antonio Dillos, the San Antonio Defenders. Ooh, I like that. I like San Antonio. The San Antonio Bloomers. I don't know. Is that an ode to the Texas Bluebonnet or the blooming flowers and Central? I don't know. The Bloomers, I don't know about that. It sounds like someone's underpants. San Antonio Defenders. I like that. So you heard it here first. San Antonio is going to get a baseball team called the San Antonio Defenders. Anyways, I digress. I'm going to have to roll out of here. Hopefully, the Astros get another win, get another series win. I may or may not go to the game. If you're on Twitter, hit me up. Say, hey, are you here, H-Town? If I am, we'll meet up 5th inning at St. Arnold's like we did this last time. And as well, I may be at the game Monday with Forrest Whitley. I don't know. But Sunday, Eric should be back. We should be back together. Trying to get a guest to come on with us. Won't say who because I don't want to blow his cover, but we're working on getting Clay Hensley back towards the All-Star break. We should be getting some guys like Roflo and some other guests back in. If you haven't checked out the Stanek interview, please do. If you haven't checked out the Barry Hill interview, please do. But make sure you subscribe to our channel. Make sure you listen to us and share with your friends that you listen to Locked On Astros. Remember, we are your team every day. For myself, for Eric, who will be back soon, and for all of y'all at Locked On Astros Nation, I'm H-Town Wheelhouse, and I'm signing off. And as always, bury me in the H. Go Stros. Oh. Oh, I'm still live. Oops. Hey, what's up? My bad. Hey, you know what? Hey, after the show, right? How's that? Um, I'll cut this out of the audio. Y'all doing all right? What's up, man? I'm so embarrassed. I'm glad I wasn't. Was I picking my nose? I hope I wasn't picking my nose. Anyways, I'll totally cut this out of the audio. But anyways, yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I know. And my mom just texted me. She said, "Hey, you're still on air." Yeah. Uh, I need a break next week. I'll be getting a break. I'll be taking 3 days off, so you won't see me for like 3 days. I'm gonna try to be off of social media for 3 days. Gonna hang out with the family a little bit, and so hopefully, Eric will hold the fort down fine. But San Antonio Outlaws. I like that. Astros After Dark. That's right, man. Why not? I mean, why the heck not? Let's just hang out, right, bro? Right, bro, sis, whoever y'all are, whoever's listening. Um, but man, what a game. And I didn't mention on the show earlier. Oh yeah, thank you. I need it. Gosh, I've been my wheels have been spinning. I haven't hit the ground since school let out, so it's yeah. I'm excited to get away. My son and I usually take some trips here and there, and so we can get some good dude time out there where we're going. But crap, what was I gonna say? Just watching this team grow, watching this team go through everything they go through, and their character never changes. They're the same. Like Jose Altuve before the game was asked what it was like to go to New York and hear all the boos and hear all the jeers and hear all the people saying his name and stuff. And he goes, he said their fans are passionate about their team and they're just cheering for their team and good for them. But we don't let it we don't let it bother us. I don't let it distract me. I just play my game. And I was like, how does this guy do it? Like how do you go in each game you go to, like how do you like not react? How do you not have a vitriolic mindset? Like he's there signing autographs, okay? He's there signing autographs and like doing all kinds of stuff. Like last year, he is, and I've actually gotten to meet him a couple times at games. Just he's such a kind human being. Last year, some kids were they were like booing him, telling him he couldn't hit a home run or something. He hit a home run over the Green Monster in that playoff game in Boston, and he actually found the kids after the game. He had the bat that he hit the home run with, signed it, gave it to the kids, let them come onto the field. He took pictures with them, signed baseballs for them, and like made friends with these people that were, I mean, these little like fifth, sixth, seventh graders were like just bagging on him and just I don't know if they were cussing at him, but Carlos Correa did the same thing when he was here. It's a mindset, it's a mentality, and I mean, here's the thing, and I didn't really talk about this a ton, but I mean, to the Yankees' credit, when Giancarlo Stanton and Nestor Cortez and Aaron Judge, um, Aaron Hicks, all these guys were out in the outfield, all their big name players, they were interacting with the fans. They were throwing the baseballs up to the fans. They threw them not just to Yankees fans, they threw them to Astros, but they were throwing them to kids. And I mean, they're not bad guys. I mean, it's so many times it's the fans that are jerks and that are a-holes to each other. And it's just sad that we have to put up with so much negativity in this world. And that's why we try to keep it positive. Even in my rants, even when I get upset, I'm not doing it to be like, anger guy or just be mad to be mad. It's like they're genuine reasons to be upset. Like I think there's a difference between anger and justified anger. And yeah, I mean, he is the most bullied player, but he's the guy that handles it better than anybody. Um, you know, he can't take it personally. I mean, think about where Jose Altuve came from. When he first tried out with the Astros, he was told, "You're too small. You can't come out here." The next day, he came out, signed a $15,000 contract. His glove was rated average. They said he couldn't field. He could hit, but he couldn't field. They didn't have high hopes for him. And look, he's turned into one of the best hitters of our current day. He's one of the best fielders. He didn't run the base paths very well. That's kind of something funny to talk about. He's not perfect, but he said today they were like, "What's your relationship like with your dad?" And he said, "Oh, my dad." He said he gets so mad at me when I go 0 for 4 in a game. He says he always texting me and calling me saying, "You should get a hit every time you get up to bat." So his dad still has that pressure on him, but he's just like, I can't do it all. I can't do everything. And that's what I love about him. Bregman, man, I'm so glad to see Bregman and Yuli getting back on track. And gosh, they were getting all kinds of stuff. And everybody's like, "Oh, Yuli is done. He's diminished. He's tanked." I mean, he's still only batting 227. but the dude's like 37, 38 years old. I mean, he's been playing baseball for a long time. I mean, you know, we have before us, I mean, the Astros are the favorites to win the World Series. I mean, that's all there is to it. They are the favorites to win the World Series. And we've got no, yeah, and I think that's what I said last night. He's back, kind of like the UT thing, which they weren't back or really haven't been back. Maybe their program's turning around. But that's a whole nother podcast. That's for Locked On Longhorns or whatever it's called. But Bregman's looking good. I know he was 0 for 3 tonight, but he didn't strike out. I mean, he had an RBI, he had a sac fly. Yuli Gurriel didn't strike out. Jose Altuve went 1 for 3, but he didn't strike out. JJ Matijevic, even though he struck out twice, he backed it up with 2 doubles, and he got an RBI. Maldonado only struck out once. So they didn't strike out a ton tonight. The San Antonio Sabres. Oh, I like that. Oh, we're still with the San Antonio thing. Man, I hope I don't give anybody false hopes. Like, watch the MLB not even consider San Antonio. Y'all get mad at me if you're in the San Antonio area. Go, man, you got our hopes up, making us think we were going to get a baseball team, and now we don't. Hey, y'all got the Missions. Y'all got the Spurs. Y'all had your run. Gosh, the Spurs were so good. Those teams, if y'all recall those teams, oh, man, the year when Akeem got snubbed for the MVP over David Robinson, and then they went into San Antonio. It was that game that David Stern handed him the trophy, and Akeem Olajuwon just shredded David Robinson, made him look bad, like that's my MVP. I love that. Yes, and Arch Manning is going to UT. I know Johnny Munoz loves the Longhorns. Hey, man, Arch Manning may bring them back, and he may be the saving grace. Because unless your initials are VY, you're not bringing anything back at UT. I mean, those are just facts. They haven't had anybody great like that, and they've just lacked. They've had talent, they just haven't had it in the right places, I think. So, anyways, I'm not going to devolve into college football talk right now, but I am tired, and I didn't realize that I didn't hit end stream. Thank y'all for not poking fun at me too much. I appreciate it. And for everyone, again, if you ever see me at a game, don't ever, please come up to me. Please say hello. I love to meet you guys and girls. I love to interact with y'all. I'll take a picture with you, whatever you want. We can talk baseball. We can talk shit. I don't care. Pizza. I don't care. But I just love hanging out with y'all. Y'all make this gig all the more sweet. So thank y'all so much for your support. Thank you for everything, for staying on with me a little bit longer. I appreciate it. But yeah, I guess that's a sign that I'm tired. But we're right at 43 minutes, so I'm going to cut this off. Thank y'all for staying back. Check us out. Keep sharing it and tell everybody about Locked On Astros. Yes, definitely. I mean, if seriously, hit me up on social media. If you go to a game, hit me up, and if I'm there, I will make sure we meet up. All right. And if I have some Locked On swag, some magnets or stickers or whatever, I'll be glad to give you one. Y'all have a good one. I'm out. I'm